Hi guys, welcome to this video. We are continuing on our series on quadratic equations. In this particular video, we are looking at how to factorize quadratic expressions. So for us to understand this, we need to see how quadratic expressions are formed. The product of two linear expressions is a quadratic expression. So in our previous video, we saw the difference between a linear expression and a quadratic expression. You can just go to my playlist on quadratic equations to watch all the videos on quadratic equations. So if you want to get a quadratic expression, all you need to do is multiply two linear expressions. So let's look at this example. We have x plus 2 multiplied by x plus 7. X plus 2 is a linear expression. X plus 7 is a linear expression. When you multiply them, you are going to get a quadratic expression. Let's see that. So x multiplied by x will give us x squared. X multiplied by plus 7 will give us plus 7x. We are done with using x to multiply this bracket. Plus 2 multiplied by x gives us plus 2x. And plus 2 multiplied by plus 7 gives us plus 14. So we can simplify this by adding plus 7x and plus 2x because they have the same exponent of x. So we have x squared plus 7x plus 2x will give us 9x plus 14. So we can see that we have gotten a quadratic expression by multiplying two linear expressions. So that's why I will say the product of two linear expressions is a quadratic expression. So we are going to see now how to factorize a quadratic expression. So when you factorize a quadratic expression, what you are simply trying to do is to get back the two linear expressions that multiply themselves to give the quadratic expression. Okay, so we are just trying to go back to this point. Okay, so that's what we are trying to achieve. So here we are told to factorize the quadratic expressions below. So I use this, which is the answer we got here. Let's see if we go through the process. Let's see if we're going to arrive back here. And then we're going to try this one to also see how to factorize that. Okay, so let's solve. A. So we have x squared plus 9x plus 14. Remember in our previous video, we say all quadratic expressions are written in the form ax squared plus bx plus c. All quadratic expressions are written in this form. So let's compare this and this. A is the coefficient of x squared. So here, a is equal to 1. B is the coefficient of x, therefore b is equal to 9. And c is the constant. Here, c is equal to 14. So in order to factorize this quadratic expression, we are going to look for two numbers that will multiply themselves to give us AC and add themselves to give us B. So AC is the same thing as 1 times 14, and that gives us plus 14. And we know that our B is plus 9. So what are the two numbers that will multiply themselves to give us plus 14? Let's write them down. Minus 2 times minus 7 plus 2 times plus 7. These two numbers will multiply themselves to give us plus 14. But among these two, which ones will add themselves to give us plus 9? We know that plus 2 plus 7 will give us plus 9. So we have plus 2 and plus 7. So we are going to use these two values to replace 9x. So instead of having 9x, we are going to have plus 2x plus 7x. So this will give us x squared plus 2x plus 7x plus 14. So the next thing we are going to do is factorize by grouping. We are going to factorize these first two together and factorize this other two together. So looking at x squared and plus 2x, what is common? X is common. So write it out. X into x squared divided by x will give us x, plus 2x divided by x will give us plus 2. We bring the plus sign down. 7x and 14, what is common? What can divide both of them? We know that 7 can divide both of them. So we have 7 7x divided by 7 will give us x, plus 14 divided by 7 will give us 2. So at this point, we bring the values outside the bracket together. This will give us x plus 7. And since the values inside the bracket are the same, we simply pick out one as x plus 2. So let's look at what we have and compare it with what we had here. We have x plus 2 into x plus 7. X plus 7 into x plus 2. We can rewrite it to be like this because they are the same thing. So we can have it as x plus 2 into x plus 7. So this is a simple way of factorizing quadratic expressions. This will come in handy when we begin to solve quadratic equations using factoring method. Okay, so let's look at the second one, B. We have 6 minus 5a plus a squared. So this is a quadratic expression. However, it is not written properly because the a square is supposed to come first, then minus 5a before the constant 6. So this will give us a squared minus 5a plus 6. 6 here is the same thing as plus 6. The plus sign is invisible. So now we are going to compare this to this. Remember, all quadratic expressions are written in this form. So looking at this and comparing it to this, don't be confused. A squared, x squared, they are the same. We are not comparing a to a. So a squared is the same thing as x squared. A here is the same thing as x, okay? So now, a is the coefficient of this variable to the power of 2. So if you look at this variable to the power of 2, what is the coefficient? The coefficient is an invisible one. So we have a is equal to 1. B is equal to, B is the coefficient of x. So we have minus 5. So B is minus 5. And C is 6 or plus 6. So we are looking for two numbers that will multiply to give us AC and add to give us B. Okay? So remember, our C is 6, our B is minus 5. So what are the numbers that will multiply to give us 6? We have plus 1 times plus 6, minus 1 times minus 6. We have plus 2 times plus 3, minus 2 times minus 3. So among these values, which ones will add up to give us minus 5? Plus 1 plus 6 will give us plus 7. Minus 1 minus 6 will give us minus 7. Plus 2 plus 3 will give us plus 5. And minus 2 minus 3 will give us minus 5. So the two numbers are minus 2 and minus 3. So we are going to use them to replace minus 5a. So instead of having minus 5a, we are going to have minus 2a minus 3a. So let's do that. A squared minus 2a minus 3a plus 6. So we can factorize these two and then factorize these two. So let's see what is common. A is common here. So we have a squared divided by a will give us a, minus 2a divided by a will give us minus 2. We'll bring this minus sign down. Between 3a and 6, 3 is common. Minus 3a divided by minus 3 will give us a, plus 6 divided by minus 3 will give us minus 2. So looking at the values in the bracket, we can see that they are the same. So we can continue. We put the values outside the bracket. In one bracket, we have a minus 3. And then the values in the bracket, since they are the same, we'll pick out one, a minus 2. So we have been able to factorize this quadratic expression in order to get the two linear expressions that multiply themselves to give this quadratic expression. Hope this is very simple. If it is, I'd like you to solve this classwork and leave your answer as a comment and leave your answer in the comment section. Factorize x squared minus 6x plus 10. So I'd like to see your answer to this question in the comment section. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe to this YouTube channel for more maths content. See you in the next video. Bye.